Hello again, and yes, I realise it's been a very long time, but this is yet another broadcast, and I wanted to reply in particular to, this is actually a video reply, at least in part, although I want to talk about a couple of different things, but yeah, this is going to be at least partially a video reply to Sean Mclean's latest video blog about internet friends. It's actually an interesting question, Sean, because as chronically unhealthy as I know you're probably going to think this is, the internet has actually become my own primary means of interaction with the outside world as of this point. You're probably going to think that is seriously unhealthy, but let me explain. Basically, before about 4 years ago, when this current period that I'm in began, I got screwed over by a lot of people, repeatedly, over and over and over and over and over and over again. So when I got, and that actually culminated in me being booted out of home and just a whole heap of other bad stuff which I won't go into. But what that culminated in was me having a long hard think and sort of realising, well, most of the people that I really tried to invest in emotionally, in fact pretty much all of the people who I tried to invest in emotionally, including my parents, have eventually screwed me over and basically cut me loose. So, where does that then leave me as far as dealing with the rest of the human race is concerned? I came to the realisation, actually just after I left school, this was before a lot of the other stuff happened, that trying to interact with other people on a one-on-one, quote-unquote, offline basis really wasn't a good idea, because people, well, for some reason, if they got too close in that sense, generally didn't end up really liking, well, what they saw. So anyway, yeah, these days it's pretty much all online. And I mean, one of the great things about it being online for me is that it can be completely mediated. When I say completely mediated, I mean other people only see what I want them to see of me, and I only see, well, what they want me to see, or what I want to see of what they want me to see of them. So that's actually the other reason, in terms of what you were saying about whether or not people can be real friends. I would say I don't know whether you can be, from the point of view that I don't really believe that in an online scenario you're actually seeing the whole person. Although then again, as I said, sometimes that can be a really, really good thing. So that's not something that I'm going to be complaining about too much. One of the other things I found out about YouTube, which is annoying, is you might remember, Sean, how we were complaining initially about how there was a 10-minute limit, and then they came out with the director thing, which supposedly circumvented the 10-minute limit. So we all applied for that and we got that. Then, however, it turns out that there's now an additional thing above the 10-minute limit, which you've still got to apply for, because it seems that they've reinstated the 10-minute limit on director accounts, which is annoying. But I assume that this has only happened after the Google acquisition, of course. Anyway, speaking of which, I have recently also subscribed to one other person's videos, Billy Bob Joe 57. I don't know whether any of the other people who normally watch me would be watching him, customarily, given that I normally talk about games and things like that, and he normally talks about politics. But I actually like a lot of what I've seen of him saying. I think he says some interesting things, and I also like the fact that he doesn't really care that much about offending people, so you basically get how he really feels. He doesn't sort of seem to couch it or anything. He basically just says it how it is, or how he sees it as being anyway, which I think is really good. I respect that. So yeah, if you're interested in political commentary, Billy Bob Joe 57 is the username. It's good stuff. And I actually also like the Homer figure in the foreground that he's got there. That's amusing. Anyway, one other thing that I've got, which I don't think I'm going to tack it on to the end of this one. I think it's probably going to be on the next one, is Sean, I've also downloaded GameCam, and I've taken a little bit of footage of my character from World of Warcraft. Now, I need to learn a lot more about post-production before I'm going to be able to do this really well. But it's some footage taken from a really beautiful jungle zone in the game called Stranglethorn Vale. If you want to watch something that is done really competently, in the meantime, I really recommend a 2-episode series on YouTube of WoW movies called Chronicles of the Gold Farmer. Episode 2 in particular is really, really good. So if you want to have a look at that, I mean, it's only short, or actually it isn't really all that short, it's about 15 minutes. So maybe I was wrong about the 10-minute limit anyway, I hope I was. Well, I'll be about to test that anyway, because I'm coming up to 7:30. But yeah, in terms of the FreeBSD stuff as well, that hasn't come to pass, I'll admit it. One of the things that I'm going to stop doing is talking in advance about what it is that I'm going to be doing in these. The reason why is because a lot of the time I might say something, oh yeah, I'm going to be doing that in the future, and then I decide, no, that'd suck. I'm really not interested. And I don't want to lose credibility with people, or for people to basically think, oh, well, we can't trust anything he says, because he immediately decides not to do whatever it is that he says that he's going to do. So I'm actually not going to say that I'm going to do anything anymore, because that way, I mean, it's just going to be whatever I do. And it is going to be very unstructured, very spontaneous, the proverbial grab bag, whatever is here, so have a look, you know. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, well, hopefully there'll be someone out there that does. In fact, I already know that there is someone that does. I actually had a couple of subscribers recently, which is one of the other reasons why I've taken an interest in this again, to a degree. Yes, I will admit, one of the main reasons why I'm doing this is for attention. Okay, I will admit it. I am doing it for attention. I don't know whether I'm a narcissist. I have been diagnosed with a couple of different psychiatric conditions, but narcissistic personality disorder wasn't one of them. So, yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I do know that I'm an attention seeker, so, yeah, I'll admit that. Anyway, what else are we gonna say? Well, yeah, I've talked a little bit about WoW. Okay, and oh god, I just did that before I said I wasn't going to do that anymore, didn't I? Talk about future videos. Okay, from now on, that one is going to be happening. So, yeah, that one is definitely going to be happening. Although, and again, Sean, who this was primarily made for, It's very, very rough, very clumsy. I actually fell off the tower in the game that I was, sort of giving views from. So, yeah, it's pretty ugly. Anyway, this is nearly 30 meg and it's just gone over 10 minutes. So I'm going to stop it and I'm going to see if it's true that I can still download stuff over 10 minutes. Okay, I'll see you later.